New VMware Cloud on AWS subscriptions include the Aria suite. The entitled account receives an email similar to this with details on how to obtain the license and the binaries. This link brings customers to the Customer Connect portal where they can log in using their credentials to find newly added licenses. In this case, the Aria license is available in the account. The new license is used to self-deploy the included Aria components in your VMware Cloud on AWS SDDC. Customers can immediately download the binaries here as well. Under Products and Accounts and Infrastructures and Operations Management, you'll find the VMware Aria suite. Click View Download Components. Find the right component and the correct file. For new self-deploy installations, you would need the appliance installation file. As the Aria suite for VMware Cloud on AWS contains Aria Operations, Operations for Log, and Automation, you might want to download all in one go. Now, in the vSphere client for your VMware Cloud on AWS SDDC, you can deploy the downloaded OVF files. You can upload and install through Content Library or directly installing them by clicking Deploy OVF Template under the right resource pool. This starts the wizard for the appliance installation. Provide the details, pick the resource pool and the appliance configuration options, including networking. Also check if additional appliance customizations are required for you. Once you hit finish, the appliance deployment begins. Depending on bandwidth and latency, this might take some time. Probably the fastest self-deploy option is using Content Library. Once deployed, power on the appliance. It will go through its first power on cycle, and once booted up, you can browse to the IP address. The IP address opens the Getting Started for Aria Operations in this example. As this is a new installation, we need to initially set it up. After setting up the credentials and certificates, you need to name the primary node and optionally the NTP server address. Aria comes with built-in resiliency with optional high and continuous availability options. Customers can also add optional cluster nodes, additional cluster nodes for data ingestion or for higher availability. This can be done later on as well. When done, click Finish and the Aria appliance will boot up. Now, with the cluster being online, you can go to the IP address again to log in using your configured credentials. A welcome screen will greet you where you need to accept the license agreement and enter the product key we obtained at the beginning of this video. We are now ready to set up the integration with VMware Cloud on AWS. This is a straightforward process using the built-in integration type. Customers need to set a name and they need the organization ID, which is found in the Cloud Services portal. Under Support, you'll see the org ID, for example. For the credentials, we need to set up an API refresh token. This can easily be done under your account in the Cloud Services portal again. Go to Under My Account in the Cloud Services portal and you'll find the API Tokens tab. Click on Generate Token and configure a name, token time, and define the scope. Right now we need it for VMware Cloud on AWS, so select the service role. A notification email can be sent when the token is about to expire. When the token is generated, you need to make sure to store it safely as you won't be able to retrieve this token again. The only option would be to generate a new token. Copy the token in the Aria integration configuration and click OK. Validate the connection, and if the test is successful, click Get Organization and save the screen. Once saved, you see that the SDDCs are loaded. The vCenter server URL is provided automatically. The credentials, also found in the Cloud Services portal, needs to be configured here to make the connection between Aria and vCenter. Once done, validate the connections for vCenter and for vSAN and NSX as well to make sure that all of that data can be ingested. Service discovery is optional and can be enabled later if required. By checking the status, You'll see that the VMware Cloud on AWS integration is now successfully enabled. Aria begins to receive data and you can configure views to your liking and requirements.